Welcome to Learn Biology, and today we're discussing asexual reproduction. So, what exactly is asexual reproduction? Well, it is simply a process where offspring are produced from a single parent, one parent. And what does this mean? So that means that each offspring is going to be identical to the parents. So here's some things. Offspring are clones. Offspring are clones to the parents. There's no variations between generations. In human beings, each of us have a different personality, how we think, no matter what parents we come from. We're slightly different from our parents. In asexual reproduction, this does not occur. Everyone is exactly the same. Offspring are clones, and that involves variations. Another thing we must understand is that asexual reproduction is simple. It is simple and time consuming. Time efficient, meaning doesn't involve much time. So time efficient. So it is very fast. So knowing all this, we'll get to the types of asexual reproduction. The first and simplest type of asexual reproduction is known as binary fission. And what this means is that one cell, we have a cell here, simply splits and divides into two cells. So that is binary fission. Fission meaning splitting, so one cell yields to two identical new cells. So one cell leads to two cells. And this occurs in the simplest type of organisms known as prokaryotic cells, unicellular organisms, and so that's as simple as it gets. Now the next type of reproduction is budding. Budding occurs in animals such as hydra, yeast, which is a fungus, strawberries, and sponges. And where a hydra looks like this image below, they live in very unpolluted freshwater ponds or rivers and grassy areas. But beside the point, budding simply means that we have an organism. I'll draw hydra here again. We have an organism, and what occurs is that something known as concentrated mitosis occurs. Concentrated mitosis. What this means is that mitosis will occur in maybe this region right here. And what this leads to is that a whole new hydra begins to form from the side of the parent. So this is the parent hydra, and this is the baby hydra that begins to form off of the side of the parent. And it continues to grow larger, and then it just simply pops off. So we end up with a, let's just make a clear screen here. So we end up with a parent hydra, so we'll label this parent, and we have a offspring hydra, and it gets so large, the offspring hydra, and we end up with two hydra. This hydra just falls off and just starts to grow on its own. So that is known as budding. The next type of asexual reproduction is known as fragmentation. And organisms such as flatworms, roundworms, sea stars, and sponges go through this. And the main thing you need to know is that the most common example for fragmentation is known as the planaria. This right here is an image of a planaria, and this has been experimented with for the last century, and it is known as one of the most astounding simple creatures. But what fragmentation is that a mutilated or severed part of the parent grows into an organism. And what this means here is we'll draw planaria here. So we have a planaria here, and just know that it has a central nerve that runs all the way through its body. Now, if I take this planaria and just slice it in half, so just cut in half, what's going to happen is that the top part of the planaria is going to just grow back a tail, and the tail part of the planaria is going to just grow back a head. And this marvels scientists how it just regenerates a body, and we end up with 2 new organisms. And if you cut this 100 different pieces, it will grow 100 new planaria. And this is very amazing. This is known as fragmentation, where a mutilated or severed part of a parent grows into an organism. And note that sponges can perform this kind of asexual reproduction too. So thank you for watching Learn Biology, and we'll see you next time.